The illusion of stability. You made it. At least that's what it looks like from the outside. A stable job, a steady income, maybe a family, maybe responsibilities. Life finally feels settled. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your 30s and 40s are not the safest financial years of your life. They're actually the most dangerous because this is the phase where mistakes don't feel like mistakes anymore. They feel like normal life decisions. And that's exactly what makes them so powerful and so silent. You don't feel like you're falling behind, but slowly and invisibly, you are. The lifestyle inflation trap. Remember when you got your first decent salary? You thought, once I earn more, I will save more. But what actually happened? You upgraded. Better phone, better clothes, better house, better lifestyle. And suddenly your expenses grew just as fast as your income. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it doesn't look like a trap. It feels like progress, because technically you can afford it. But here's the catch. Every upgrade you make today becomes a fixed expense tomorrow, and slowly your freedom disappears. The exponential illusion. Monthly payments feel harmless, just $120 per month, only $250 per month. Sounds manageable, right? But stack 4 or 5 payments together: car, phone, furniture, home appliances. Now suddenly your income is not yours anymore. It is already spent before you even receive it. This is the payment trap. You don't feel broke, but you're not free either. The I deserve this mentality. In your 30s and 40s, you start telling yourself, I have worked hard. I deserve this. I should not compromise anymore. And yes, you do deserve comfort. But here's the danger. When every emotional decision becomes a financial decision, you stop building wealth and start consuming it. Because deserve is emotional. Wealth building is logical. The delayed investing mistake. Most people do not avoid investing, they delay it. I will start next year. Let things settle first. Expenses are too high right now. And suddenly, 10 years pass. Here's the harsh truth. In your 20s, time is your biggest asset. In your 30s and 40s, time is still there, but much less forgiving. The cost of delay becomes massive, and you do not realize it until it's too late. The family pressure trap. This one hits deep because it does not feel like a mistake. It feels like responsibility. Helping relatives, supporting extended family, spending on social expectations, weddings, events, gifts, and slowly your financial life starts revolving around other people's expectations. You stop asking, what is good for my future, and start asking, what will people think? The bigger house trap. At some point, the thought comes, we need a bigger house. And yes, sometimes it is necessary, but often it is not about need, it's about comparison. Bigger house means bigger payments. Bigger payments mean longer stress. Longer stress means less freedom. And suddenly, you're locked into a 20 to 30-year commitment, not because you had to, but because you wanted to level up. The car upgrade cycle. Cars are emotional. You do not just buy a car, you buy status, comfort, and identity. And every few years, you feel the urge to upgrade. But here's what nobody tells you. Cars do not build wealth, they quietly destroy it. Depreciation, maintenance, insurance, all adding up silently. The no backup trap. In your 30s and 40s, you have the highest responsibilities, but many people still do not have an emergency fund, proper insurance, a backup plan. One job loss, one medical emergency, and years of progress can disappear overnight. The I will figure it out later lie. This is the most dangerous trap of all because it sounds harmless. I will manage. I will figure it out later. Let me enjoy for now. But life does not pause, time does not wait, and money does not grow without intention. The comparison trap. By your 30s and 40s, comparison becomes constant. Friends buying houses, colleagues upgrading cars, social media showing perfect lives, and without realizing, you start adjusting your financial decisions based on other people's lives, not your own reality. The invisible stress. Here's the part nobody talks about. These traps don't just affect your money, they affect your mind. Constant pressure, silent stress, always thinking about bills, payments, and responsibilities. And even if you're earning well, you don't feel secure. The wake up moment. At some point, a realization hits. I am earning, but I'm not growing. I'm working, but I'm not free. And that moment is your turning point. The shift. The solution is not complicated, but it requires awareness. Spend less than you earn, invest consistently, avoid unnecessary upgrades, build safety first and luxury later. Simple rules, but powerful. Your 30s and 40s will decide your future, not your salary, not your job title, not your lifestyle, but your decisions. Because wealth is not built by big moments, it's built by small, consistent choices every single day. The biggest financial traps in life do not look like traps, they look like normal life. And that's exactly why most people never escape them.